The suspected shooter in the killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk has been formally charged with aggravated murder. Utah prosecutors say they'll seek the death penalty in this case. 22-year-old Tyler Robinson also faces charges of obstruction of justice and witness tampering, along with several other counts. The suspect appeared in court virtually for the first time yesterday, remaining silent as the charges were read against him. Also yesterday, prosecutors revealed new details about the hours following that fatal shooting, including a series of messages between the suspect and his roommate, who was also his romantic partner. According to charging documents, Robinson texted his partner shortly after the shooting about a note left under a keyboard, which allegedly said, "I had the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." The roommate later texted, "You weren't the one who did it, right?" To which Robinson responded, "I am. I'm sorry." The roommate then asked why. Robinson wrote back, "I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out." Prosecutors also said yesterday that Robinson's mother, who recognized him in the images released by law enforcement, told investigators her son had recently become more pro-gay and trans rights oriented. When asked whether the suspect targeted Kirk for his transgender views, Utah's Attorney General said that's for a jury to decide. Meanwhile, Attorney General Pam Bondi is facing backlash from both sides of the aisle over her comments that the Justice Department will absolutely target anyone engaging in hate speech. She made those comments in a podcast interview with Katie Miller, the wife of President Trump's top advisor, Stephen Miller, adding, quote, "There's free speech and then there's hate speech." Bondi later tried to clarify her comments, writing on social media, quote, "I hate speech that crosses the line into threats of violence is not protected by the First Amendment. It's a crime." Many conservatives continue to push back, including Fox News analyst Brit Hume, who wrote, "Someone needs to explain to Ms. Bondi that so-called hate speech, repulsive though it may be, is protected by the First Amendment. She should know this." House Speaker Mike Johnson also weighed in, saying in part, quote, "We do not censor and silence disfavored viewpoints. People in America are allowed to say crazy things." The late Charlie Kirk himself posted last year, quote, "Hate speech does not exist legally in America. There's ugly speech, there's gross speech, there's evil speech, and all of it is protected by the First Amendment." President Trump was asked about Bondi's remarks yesterday by ABC's John Karl.
And what do you make of Pam Bondi saying she's going to go after hate speech? Is that, I mean, a lot of your allies say hate speech is free speech.
Should probably go after people like you because you treat me so unfairly. It's hate. You have a lot of hate in your heart. Maybe they'll come after ABC. Well, ABC paid me $16 million recently for a form of hate speech, right? Your company paid me $16 million for a form of hate speech. So maybe they'll have to go after you. Look, we want everything to be fair. It hasn't been fair. And the radical left has done tremendous damage to the country. But we're fixing it.
But more parts of the administration are reacting to the Charlie Kirk killing. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says visa revocations are underway for non-U.S. citizens who publicly celebrated the murder of the conservative activist. The secretary announcing that update on social media, writing in part, "If you're here on a visa and cheering on the public assassination of a political figure, prepare to be deported." Rubio explained the decision in an interview with Fox.
We are not in the business of inviting people to visit our country who are going to be involved in negative and destructive behavior. Okay, so why should, if I invite someone, if we invite someone to visit the United States of America as a student, as a tourist, as whatever, then they have a different, the standard they should be held to is very high. We shouldn't be bringing people into this country. We should not be giving visas to people who are going to come to the United States and do things like celebrate the murder, the execution, the assassination of a political figure. We should not. And if they're already here, we should be revoking their visa.
Now, the State Department under the Trump administration has already revoked hundreds of visas in an immigration crackdown targeting students with pro-Palestinian views. Last month, the State Department began vetting all U.S. visa holders, over 55 million in total, for potential violations that could result in deportations.